Hello and welcome to KennyRoy.com. I'm Kenny Roy. This is the Ask Video Mail for the week of October 24th, 2011. Welcome back to the site to the old members. Welcome to the site to all you new members. The Ask Video Mail is your chance to get your question in character animation or performance answered in a video just like this one. But I need to have your questions if I'm going to answer them, so please send me more questions. The address to send the questions to is webmaster@kennyroy.com. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Please send them if you haven't already. It's the best way to take advantage of the site and get the most value for your subscription. Now, also don't forget that right now going on is the referral contest. The person who refers the most new members before CTN Expo, which is November 18th, 2011, will win a free copy of How to Cheat in Maya 2012, including shipping. I'll send it anywhere in the world if you're the winner. So get started on that. Go ahead, get going. It's still within reach. There's a very low number to beat, so you just got to refer your friends. And it's very simple and very easy. They just need to put your exact username into their subscription form when they sign up, and you are automatically given credit for that referral. It's that easy. So go for it. Go for the book. Work hard. See what happens. CTN is coming up. I'm going to start a thread in the forums so we can all talk about what sessions we're excited for and what we're going to go see. We should hook up. We should meet up. If you're going to be there, definitely drop me a line and let me know if you're going to be there, and we can hang out and talk shop and just have a great time. CTN is a great chance for you to network. If you haven't started your network or begun networking, just show up. It'll start happening naturally and organically. You'll meet like-minded people. Everyone's there to have a good time and celebrate the art of animation. And how much better can you get? You really can. So without further ado, let's get to the Ask Video Mail question. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm going to be putting a survey on the member portal. You'll see it. It's right underneath the blog on the member portal. So log in and check that out. It's a survey. I've been asked a Ask Video Mail question in regards to what is good to have on a demo reel. And I know I've answered this a million times, but I can't remember if I've answered it for you guys. If you guys are interested in a demo reel, basically a demo reel guide in the form of an Ask Video Mail, please let me know, and I'll do one. But I just wanted to poll. I've never used the survey before, so I just want to see if it works and how cool it is. But I also wanted to poll you guys and see if you guys are interested in that. So if you are, please chime in on the poll and say no if you don't want to see it. If you think there's enough resources out there, then definitely let me know by your vote. Okay. So check that out on the member portal right now. Okay. Let's get to the question. This week's Ask Video Mail question is: very good question. Thank you for sending this one in. 3 speeds in animation: fast, medium, and slow. Is it important to have all 3 of those speeds in one shot? Well, the simple answer is yes, it is important to have those 3 speeds in every single piece of animation. It gets a little bit more complicated than that when you start thinking of specific examples and specific like genres or moments. So if you're in the middle of a CG feature and it's a really like calm or really sad, somber scene and the mood is really low and someone's just talking, well, you know, how are you going to get the fast or even the medium into a shot like that, you know, if they're crying or whatever it is? Well, the answer is that whenever you have a shot on your desk and you're planning out the motion, you need to understand that it is really boring to watch just one speed. Really boring. So you have to have that variety in there, variety of motion and variety of timing. And if you remember, twinning is not necessarily just when like a pose, like a single pose looks the same. It's not necessarily when like you have like both hands going like this, right? Twinning could be twinning in timing as well. So if you have like a 4-frame anticipation, an 8-frame movement, 2-frame overshoot, 4-frame settle, 8-frame hold, and then a 4-frame anticipation, 8-frame movement. You see what I mean? Over and over again. So everything just like feels like like all that repetition gets very boring to watch. very quickly. In fact, the human eye is an amazing thing. We can actually recognize patterns that are separated by minutes. So you'll be watching something and something will happen, and if you use similar timing too soon after that, it'll blow up in your face. So you have to have that variety in your motion. So it's not necessarily that if you have like a character walking, that you need to have that character literally walking slow and then medium and then fast. That's not what this means. That's not what this rule really dictates. It's not the main emotion that needs to have those three different speeds, but in some way you do need to have a variety in the timing of everything. So we would say a walk looks hitchy if you had everything moving like slowly and then coming to a stop, and then everything moving slowly and then coming to a stop, right? That would look like a hitchy walk. Well, the point there is that it would be twinning in timing of everything. Your hands don't necessarily have to have the same pose, but it's twinning of the timing. So the point here is that if you don't have a little bit of breaking up of the timing within the body in that walk, then it looks hitchy. Same thing for any other motion. Same thing for every motion. So let's open up this cartoony shot. This shot is awesome. It's like an evergreen. I keep on being able to go back to this file over and over and over again, which is really nice. But so let's look at this cartoony shot, and you'll see in like a cartoony animation, there is those three speeds as well. It's not just one speed, because cartoon animation is kind of hard because you really want it to be snappy, right? We're really trying to make it look snappy, kind of like at all times. So in the cartoony, what we rely on when we were creating that style that we use in the shot was overall, there's this overall motion that's happening in the scene. And you'll notice that when this character winds up in this section right here, that there really is this nice, slow, nice, even, like wind up. And if you squint your eyes, even though his legs are kicking really, really fast right here, really fast, and his arms are kind of windmilling, if you squint your eyes and just look at this big shape, his t-shirt right here, you'll see that there's that nice slow motion in the composition. Okay? So that's what we talk about when we say that you need to have that variety in timing. Not necessarily you have to look at every single motion and say like, okay, well, there has to be a fast, a medium, and a slow portion to this motion. But what we did recognize is that the overall impression, for instance, of this one motion, when he zips out, needed to be nice and smooth and beautifully, evenly timed throughout this section to give us that variety. So watch it, and we even have some slow here at the beginning, just to make the point of this cartoony shot going through all that variety. We start with the slow, and then we go immediately to the almost instantaneous with that gigantic jump, okay? And then in the middle section right here, we have some medium. But if you think about it, we made it look like he's running on a treadmill, right? So what does that do? Even though he's running really fast, he's actually not going anywhere. Again, if you squint your eyes, it's almost like medium or almost slow motion in that section. So for as fast and as snappy as the timing is in this cartoon shot, we actually have a lot of slow and medium speeds in the shot. So watch it once, just like watch it once normally, like this. Okay, and now watch it with your eyes squinted. So you've got a lot of the fast and the medium there when you're just watching it normally. Now watch it really squinted and see how much actual slow we have, and actually just finessing within the composition. Not very big motion at all. So squint your eyes really, really down squinted, and just watch basically his t-shirt, and you'll see how much slow there is. Yeah, there's basically just like some slow and some medium and a little bit of fast on the zip out, on the tail end of the zip out on the t-shirt, but it's mostly slow and medium. And if you just watch his feet, in fact, let me do this. Let me hide the set as well, and then I'm going to just go kind of like silhouette here. Let's just watch it like this, and don't squint your eyes, but you'll see there's so much going on with the feet in the back that when we match the silhouette, that strength in the feet, it really does make something super interesting to watch, doesn't it? Because we have that variety. So it's not necessarily about like making him. I want to make this very, very clear, because if you hear the rule that you have to have 3 different sizes, then you might think that, like, if you were designing this shot, or if the director told you, okay, I want him to notice the spider, and then I want him to jump in fear and then run away, you might think to yourself, okay, well, I need 3 different speeds. So notice the spider, let's make that slow. Jump, let's make that medium, and then run away, let's make that fast. That's not what this is about. This is about finding certain ways to work with the composition and work with the body and work within the pose and silhouette to give all of that different variety on screen at the same time. Okay? Because lo and behold, in this section right here, with the way those feet are kicking, we actually have the fastest and the slowest working on screen together at the same time. In fact, it truly is them working together. This is interesting to watch because we have the really fast kicking and that nice gradual, like big anticipation kind of wind up that happens at the same time. That's why this is fun to watch, this little section right here. Okay, so don't start thinking to yourself that you are bound to decide on overall movements that need to move in like fast, medium, slow. The other way you could err on this, the other side you could err on this would be if you are thinking to yourself that the character that is being subtle needs to also have these kinds of things. Now, the funny thing about subtle animation is that it's relative. So if a character is acting very, 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 like with very small movements, even the smallest departure from that is a huge departure from that, right? So if you have a character flailing all around, you have to go really far in order to be able to pick anything out with your eye, right? But if a character's moving really slowly, and if they hear something, for instance, and their eyebrows just move like that, just a normal eyebrow movement, it seems so much more because of how subtle it is and how closely the audience is paying attention to the face. Okay, so how do we use that to our advantage? The way we use that to our advantage is little things within the face you can use to be your fast and your medium, even if your whole body is moving slowly. So, for instance, eye darts. It's very, very powerful when you have a character who's moving very slowly for them to have like a 1-frame eye dart. Boom, the eyes pop there. And it's not very much actual motion. In fact, it's no silhouette change at all. It's basically just like an eye line. But it grabs our attention, it grabs our eye. So that's a great example of fast within slow. Medium could be the way that their facial expressions are coming about. And you can break up the small motions of the body with just the tiny little things like head shakes that could be medium, and like shoulder shrugs, those kinds of things if they're delivering dialogue. Because we as humans start paying attention to how much we actually, if we're not gesturing with our hands, start paying attention to how much we actually kind of like make our points kind of with our heads, wagging our head around and using our shoulders and kind of doing those little gestures. It's a great way within that small area that you're working within to add a little bit of those mediums and whatever, and then boom, you add that quick eye dart or two blinks like really close together. They say something and they're like, well, you know, like that, like the quick fluttering kind of eyes. Again, really powerful and serves the same purpose that we've been talking about, giving that variety of motion, medium, fast, and slow within one motion, within one action. Okay, great question. I'm glad it was asked. I need more if I'm going to answer them, so please send more questions to me to be answered in the video mail, just like this one. The address to send it to is webmaster@kennyroy.com. Please send those in. And don't forget, there's a survey on the member portal right now. Just log in and check it out. It's right on that homepage once you log in. If you want to see a demo reel Ask Videomail answered next week. All right, I'm going to leave it up there for a couple days and then I'm going to record it. So if you want to see it. If you don't, I won't record it. But please vote, have your voice be heard, send in more Ask Videomail questions, and refer your friends. And you may win How to Cheat in Maya 2012, absolutely free. Thanks a lot for the great question. Keep up with your animation. And as always, rock on.